I remember after having 2 C-sections and preparing for my first VBAC, just having kind of a shroud of sadness over me as I was preparing and wondering, can I do this? Or is all of my preparation going to be for nothing? And I told my husband, I just know I would be good at giving birth naturally, and I want to have the chance. I want to have the opportunity to prove that I can do this. I had poured so much time into preparing and reading and learning and visualizing and praying. And at the end of the day, if all of that time is put into preparing for a certain outcome and then it doesn't happen, did I fail? What was it all for? And even if it wasn't a failure, it still feels super disappointing to have all this expectation and then it doesn't turn out the way you were thinking it would. I know that to some that might sound really petty and shallow, and people will tell you it doesn't really matter what the outcome of the birth is as long as the child is healthy. First of all, I really hate that phrase, because that's not all that matters. But somewhere deep down, I wasn't just preparing for a certain outcome. I was longing to meet a version of myself, the strong and peaceful and grounded woman that I knew had the strength to give birth with trust and with power and with peace. I wanted to be able to prove that that woman was real. I also vividly remember attending a home birth where the mom had been laboring with so much strength and endurance. It was a really long labor. And at one point it was suggested to her that she might need to be transferred into the hospital. And she began to cry and to hold her husband and ask him, "Are you still proud of me?" It really stuck with me. It was a very heartbreaking moment. That question stayed with me because I believe that underneath it is a deeper ache that many women carry after birth to wonder, was I strong enough? Was I good enough? Did I do it right? Am I still good? Am I still worthy of being proud of, even if I didn't achieve the specific goal for which I have been striving and preparing? Here's what I want you to know. If you hang the measure of your success on which way the path took that day, you're going to be disappointed, because birth inherently carries with it surprise. This is a journey that nobody's ever taken before. You were never meant to prove your strength through having a straightforward birth that has no surprises, or one where you perfectly knew how to respond to every situation. You're not less than if it was messy or scary or disappointing, or if the ending was different from the one that you prayed for. You're not less than if you surrendered to what was, or if you asked for support that you didn't think you would need. A good birth isn't one that goes perfectly. It's one where you showed up with the knowledge and the understanding and the strength and the courage that you had on that day, and you handled everything according to your own resources. And maybe you're still carrying grief or frustration or confusion about some of the things that happened during one of your births. And that's fine. Maybe you still have questions that feel tender, but hear this, none of that takes away from the woman you were on that day. You weren't meant to control every detail. You were meant to show up with your body and your strength and your emotions, and that's exactly what you did. You worked with what you had, your baby's position, your care team, your environment, and yes, what you knew and understood to be the case at the time. And if things didn't go according to plan, if the labor was long or painful or ended in surgery, it doesn't mean you aren't good at giving birth. It just means you were asked to walk a different path that day. Your body is still good. Your strength is still real. You brought life into the world, and that deserves to be honored. Even if there are moments of confusion or fear, or you look back and you wish some moments had gone differently, that doesn't make your story any less worthy. It means you were human, and being human was always enough.